Welcome back to Make It Mondays, and this week I am doing another Etsy restock, and it's going to be out of this yarn, which also means it's another baby product. So this time around I'm doing the car seat blankets. This is a product that has been out of stock for quite a while, partially because they're not that interesting for me to work on, but I might as well show you in a video how they work up because it is also the most popular pattern that I sell on Etsy. The pattern is also available on Ravelry for anyone who doesn't want to buy through Etsy for whatever reason these days. So let me get everything turned around, the first several rows done, and I'll show you how the pattern works up. So I've casted on the 72 stitches and I have knit for 6 rows. Now it's time to get into the pattern. So slip 1, knit 1, 2, purl for 3. Now the part that seems to always confuse people is that slip 1. I do it because it's convenient for me. If it's not convenient for you, you don't have to do it. It is literally just slipping that first stitch onto the right hand needle from the left hand needle, so you are not knitting it. It is not something that is overly common in most beginner friendly patterns, but by the same token, it is not overly complicated. So I'm just repeating the knit 3, purl 3 all the way across, and then it'll be knit back. The only difference on this first row is that the last 6 stitches will all be knit, because there's actually a border of garter stitch around the entire project. So knit 3, purl 3 all the way across, and then knit back, and then after 6 ridges of this, flipping where the knits and purls are. And that's it until we get to the bind off in the middle, and that is for the buckle on a car seat or a stroller. I would suggest at this point a stroller, not a car seat, unless you are really willing to crank down on the harness of that car seat. So I'm going to keep going, and I will be back when it's time to work where the buckle is. So here I am ready to make the buckle opening. So I have knit to 5 stitches before center, or worked till 5 stitches before center. I'm going to start binding off. So I am making a hole in the middle of the blanket. This is so that a harness buckle for a 5-point harness can go through. And I am binding off in pattern, so I'm knitting where I should knit and purling where I should purl. And I'm going to work 10 stitches that are bound off, so 5 on either side of center. Then I'm going to keep working this row, and then I'll be back to show you how the actual cast on to finish the other side of the buckle works. So I have gotten to the last stitch before the opening. I'm going to turn the entire thing around. I'm going to do a cable cast on. So I'm going to knit into that stitch and then put that new loop up on the needle. So again, I'm knitting into the stitch without splitting the stitch, hopefully, and pulling it up on the needle. And I'm going to do that 10 times, again being relatively careful because for whatever reason this yarn is wanting to split right now, all the way across, and then I will keep working my knit row across the rest of the row. Then everything else will be worked as normal, ending with the garter stitch border at the other end. So I'll be back to show you how the whole thing finished up. And here is the finished blanket. So again, it is very small. I never sell these with the intent of them lasting for more than about the first year, but it is a wonderful way to keep a little one comfy and cozy in a car seat or a stroller, especially as they figure out what their little hands can do. And little feet can do when it comes to kicking things off. So I've got one more to finish before I can put them as a restock on the Etsy store, but if that has happened by the time this video goes live, I will link it below. And if you made it this far, please consider liking. If you want to see more, please subscribe. The YouTube algorithm has gone a little more special recently. So subscribing with notification on is the easiest way to know when I've uploaded a video. And I will see you next time on Make It Mondays. Bye.